And today we're going to do a class that is a twisting and hip opening class. I hope you enjoy it. It's good for stress relief and also building some heat in the body. So let's start. I'm going to have your hands and knees on the mat here. And you'll just bring your left hand more toward the middle of the mat. And then sweep your right arm up into a twist. It's okay for you to let your hips go with you. We're just starting, so you don't want to do too much. And now thread this top arm through. When you thread through, you want to make sure your hips stay over your knees, so don't sit back. Thread your arm through so that you have your shoulder and either your cheek or your ear on the mat. And let's walk this left arm out long. Just allowing for some release through the torso. And now bring your left hand back in front of your face. Push yourself up back into that open twist. And now let's try the other side. Right hand in the middle, left arm reaching up. Let your hips go with you if you'd like. And you should feel the shoulders starting to work back there. We're going to thread the left arm under now. Lay the cheek down, extend your right arm. A little bit of energy in the armpit here as you lift up. That'll help you with this twist. And then bring your right hand back in front of your face. Push yourself up to all fours. Getting your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's start to circle the hips. Right now I'm making big clockwise circles, and you can choose. Which direction you want to go. Two good circles to go. And now let's reverse directions. This is organic. You can just let the whole body move with you if you'd like. Good. Big circle. And let's come into stillness. So we'll tuck the toes, come up into the knees, and bring the hands to the waist. This is a transition that really tests your balance a little bit. So you're going to step your right foot forward and bend your knee. You want to make sure your knee is behind your toes here. And then hold opposite elbows behind your back. Lifting the chest, sending your hips forward and down, just to release. And now keep your hands behind your back. You're going to push back so your hip is over your knee. Try to just put this right knee down and step the left foot forward. Same thing, kneeling lunge here, pushing the hips forward and down. That's it. Back leg is the leg where you're going to feel the release, the stretch through the front of that back hip right here. Now keep your back toes tucked under, lift your back knee, and step forward. So here you are at the front of your mat. We're going to run through a salutation that has some twists in it, some hip opening in it, very dynamic. Just do the best you can. So we're going to start with our hands cupped here at the belly. Breathe out. And inhale your fingertips to the low back. Lift your chest and breathe in. Exhale, reach for the floor and breathe out. On the inhale, lunge your right foot back. And on the exhale, reach your left arm up to a twist, and we'll circle 3 times. Let's go 1, good, 2, and 3. Circle it around 1 more. There you go. Hands come to the inside of your foot. Turn to face the side of your mat here. And you're going to bend and straighten your legs. I like to lift my heels like this, but you don't have to. And another option is to keep your hands on your thighs. Good number of students feel more secure with the hands here. So we're going to just not really count how many we're doing. We're just going to go side to side and enjoy getting into the hips. And let's just go one more time this way. Good. Now face the back of your mat. Breathe in. Let's lift that heel. We're going to come through those same twists. Exhale. Lift your right arm. You should be on the opposite side. Sweep down. We're going 3, 2, and 1. Good. This time on the inhale, your hands come down. Step back into plank pose. Good. And let's lower the whole body. You can come from your knees with me if you want to, or you can stay on your toes. Inhale, curl to cobra. That's it. Exhale, forehead touching. Press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Inhale, the right leg lifts again. And on the exhale, lunge your right foot forward and your left foot steps up. Inhale, hands to the low back. Let's arch open a little bit. Good. And then bring hands in front of the belly, cupped palms. Now we're going to lead with the left leg. Breathe in, fingertips to the low back and arch. Exhale, reach for the floor. Inhale, the left foot lunges back. Exhale, reach into your twist, and now circle. 3, 2, keep your legs strong. 1 more. Bring your hands to the inside of your front foot. Turn your knees and toes out, and let's just move side to side. Good. Building some heat in the body here. Taking deep breaths. Let's just go one more time this side. Good. And now pivot to face the front of the mat on the breath in. Exhale, twist. Circle. 3 and 2. Keep your back leg strong. And 1. Hand down, step back to plank. We'll run through cobra. So we're lowering the whole body down. Untuck the toes. Stretch your elbows back. Squeeze your hips, let's lift. Breathe out and bring your forehead to the floor. Push up. Push back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, breathe in and lower. Try to keep your hips still and just work from the legs. Right leg and lower. Left leg lifts. Lunge it through on the breath out, and you're going to step the right foot up to fold. Fingertips to the low back, breathe in. Cup your hands at heart center. We're going to do all of that one more time. So fingertips to the low back, breathe in. Reach to the floor, breathe out. Right foot lunges, breathe in. Twist, breathe out. Circle 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the inside of your foot. Turn to face the side of the mat. Let's bend and straighten. Flowing, breathing. That's it. One more time up here near the front of the mat. Now pivot on the inhale, face the back of the mat. Lift your heel. Good. Take your twist. Breathe in and circle. 3, 2, and 1. On the inhale, hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower through cobra. Arch up to breathe in. Push back into downward facing dog. Breathe out. Right leg lifts, inhale, and then put that foot back down. Then left foot. Trying to keep your legs straight. Now right leg breathes in. Good. Breathe out. Step forward with both feet. Inhale, fingertips to the low back. And exhale, cup your hands. Let's do that again, leading with the left foot. Fingertips to the spine. Breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. This time on the inhale, your left foot lunges back. Exhale, take your twist. Good. Circle. 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the inside of your foot, knees and toes out. And let's bend and straighten. Yes, you've got it. One more time toward the back side of your mat. Pivot so the left foot is forward. This is your breath in, up on the back toes. Exhale, twist. Circle 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor, step back to plank. We're going to lower everything to the floor, all of it. Uncurl the toes. Arch, stretch the top of the head up, sternum forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left lift and lower. And then right leg lifts and lowers. Left leg lifts, breathe in, and then exhale, lunge that foot and your right foot forward, fold. Inhale, fingertips to the low back. Exhale, cup your hands at heart center. Good. So we're going to reach down to the floor, step back into a plank pose here. And these are called mountain climbers, but we're going to do them slowly. So you'll bring your right knee in and then your left. You can also do these from your knees. Take a look. See how I've got my knees down, I'm hugging one knee in and then the other. So you choose what you want to do here. Keep the chest a little bit hollow so that your back isn't sagging, rounding. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower your knees to the mat. Untuck your toes. Bring your left hand more toward the middle. So this is where we started. This time we're going to try to keep the hips square. Sweep your right arm up to your twist. Good. Keep this shoulder unshrugged, collarbones wide. And now thread your right arm underneath you. So you're resting your shoulder, your hand. Walk your arm out. Step back into your left toes and squeeze the muscles around your left knee here. Now, if you want to, you can create a balancing pose with this by lifting your left leg, stacking your hips, and then lifting your left arm. Keep your eyes just looking out across the surface of the floor. And now take your left hand in front of your face. Bring your left knee back to the mat. And let's sweep back up to our twist. Good. Okay, back to all fours. Bring the left hand to the middle. Bring the right hand to the middle. And sweep your left arm up to your twist. Good. Push into your forearm. Push into your fingertips. And feel a lot of work happening here in your waist. And now thread your left arm under. Get your knees right over your hips. Ear down, cheek down, either way. Walk your right fingers forward. Want to keep the belly drawn in a tiny bit, but you still want to have room to breathe. If you want to step back into your right toes and hold this and not do any more, this can be your shape. If you're ready to, you're going to lift your leg. Good. Stacking that right hip on top of the left hip. You also can keep your right hand down if you want to. Let's breathe 3 more deep breaths. 2 more. And 1. Good. Hand down, knee down, come back up into your twist. And release. Good. Okay, we're going to come standing in the knees again. This time the left foot's going to lunge forward first. So lunge your left foot forward. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Your hands stay here on your waist. When you breathe out, you'll shift your knee to your chest and stretch your foot forward. And when you breathe in, you're just going to step back, lightly touch down. Try to keep your standing leg really sturdy. Breathe out. Breathe in. 2 more. One more time. Good. Quietly step it back. Good. Reach your arms up. So this is coming into a twist. When you twist, your left leg stays forward. Your left fingers reach back. And you're trying to stay upright and not leaning forward. And keep the back leg strong. Now place your left fingertips on your back thigh and then reach from your right pinky toe up through your right finger. This is a little bit of a twist and a little bit of a back bend. And look over your left shoulder to the floor there behind you. Good. Keep reaching, stretching. Belly button up toward the rib cage. And slowly release. Bring your hands to your waist. Quietly lower your back knee. And come back standing in your knees. A little bit of transition, balancing here. It's good. It's good for the hips. You're stabilizing through the hips. Step forward with your right foot. And lift your left knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Leg stretches out. You're building heat in your hips and legs here. Breathe out. Breathe in. And try to stay loose and easy through the upper body. Let's go one more time. Forward and back. So you're stepping back. Reach your arms up to breathe in. And then twist your torso. This time your right arm reaches back and your left arm reaches forward. And you can feel the twist in your hips. You can feel that your right hip is a little bit higher than your left hip. Also fine. Your back leg is as straight as you can make it, but to take pressure out of your back, you could bend your back knee a little bit. So this right hand is going to come to your thigh. Reach your left arm up. Stretch from your pinky toe in the back through your pinky fingers. Inner thighs hugging, and then turn and look down over your right shoulder toward the floor. Okay, breathe out. Take your hands to your waist. We'll just step the back foot forward. So here we are standing and both feet, spread your toes. We're going to move dynamically again, but we're going to be stopping along the way, taking some seats in some asanas along the way. So breathe out, hands cup at the belly. Inhale, fingertips to the low back, and let's lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot lunges back. Exhale, take your twist. Good. This is where we were circling before. We're going to be still this time. A lot of weight in your feet. Fingertips light on the mat. Shouldn't be doing a lot of work, the fingertips. Now take both hands to the inside of your foot, face the side of your mat. You're going to sit toward this back foot. Now, if your heel comes off the mat, that's okay. Mine does. Your right hand stays on the floor. Your left arm's going to come up into a twist. And you're kind of pressing that heel down into the mat. Opening the torso. Wide open twist. Good. Stretch up through your fingers. One more inhale. Now you'll pivot to face the back of your mat. Come into your lunge. Lift your back heel. We won't visit the twist this time. Just step back to plank. And if you want to, you can lower through chaturanga and practice up dog. Or you can come with me here all the way to the floor. Uncurl your toes. Let's open to our cobra. Press into the fingertips. Exhale. Push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Lower it. Left leg, good. And right leg. Exhale, lunge your right foot and then your left foot forward and fold. Fingertips to the low back, breathe in, arch in a little bit. Legs are strong, tailbone is dropped. And then hands cup at heart center. Inhale, fingertips to the back, inner thigh squeeze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, the left foot lunges back. Exhale, twist, and this time no circling, just hold it steady. One more breath. Hands to the inside of your foot. You're going to sit on this front foot this time. Keep your left hand on the floor. Reach your right arm up, big, wide open twist. If you want to try to get more release through your inner thigh, which I find really challenging, keep your heel down, separate your feet a little more, and then extend up. Good. Keep your breath flowing. And then breathe out. You're going to turn, pivot into your lunge, facing this front foot. Skipping the twist. Step back to plank. Choose how you want to lower. I'm going to come all the way to the floor today. Untuck the toes. Cobra. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts and then lowers. And now your right leg. Left leg again, and then lunge your left foot on the breath out. Step your right foot up. Exhale. Fingertips to the low back. Breathe in. And then cup your hands right here at heart center. So we're going to reach for the floor and step back into plank pose again. One more time with those mountain climbers. So stay strong. Work from your knees if you'd like to. Oh, also, you can work from your forearms if your wrists bother you. Okay, you've also got this option. You'll have to keep your booty up in the air a little bit so you have room for your knees to move. Hang in there with me. So you might want to use a different part of the body to help you. If you've been using your stomach, you might want to use a different part. And then rest back into down dog. If down dog doesn't feel like a rest for you, you can choose child's pose. So look at the space between your hands. Then I'm going to have you step your right foot forward. Spin your back heel flat. This is triangle. You can hold your ankle, your shin. You could put your hand on the floor at the inside of your foot. And you're going to roll the top hip, the top rib cage, and your top shoulder open. Squeezing the leg muscles, hip muscles. And then looking for something easy through your upper body. Look at the floor now. Bring your hands down to the floor. We'll practice revolve triangle. So for me, I like to step this back leg, your left leg. I like to step it out to the left a little bit more and even turn the toes in a little bit more. It helps me steer my hips. So you can have your fingertips at the inside or the outside of your foot. Pull the front of your body long and then twist. Good. Your legs are strong here and the inner thighs scissor toward each other. You're pushing through your front big toe. And like with triangle, side angle, any of those poses, if looking up bothers your neck, you can look down. Good. And let's take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good. Hands come down to the floor. Step back into, lift your back heel. Step back into downward facing dog. So we're going to be lining up. You have your right foot forward. You're going to have your right leg on top this time. We're going to be lining up the left hand, the left foot, and walking open to a side plank. If you want to modify, you can have your knee down like this. Okay? And because this is a hip opener class, see if you can reach down and hook your top big toe and stretch it up. Good. Hold it strong. You can look up or down in this pose. And you're keeping that left shoulder really strong and your legs strong. Good. Slowly release. And let's come back into our plank pose. So we're going to go with the mountain climbers. This is the last time. Last time. Ready? In and out. Remember, you're going slowly. Pulling the belly up and in. You don't want tension in the back of your neck, so keep your neck long. If you're looking up like this all the time, it's going to make you start to feel tense. So once you know what you're doing, stop looking at your screen and lengthen the back of your neck. Let's go 5, 4, 3, deep breaths, 2 more, and 1. Awesome. Push back to down dog. And now lunge forward with your left foot. So look at that space, step up, spin your back heel flat. Triangle pose, holding ankle, shin, or putting your fingers at the inside of your foot. A little bit heated up after that third set of the mountain climbers. So let's take 1 more breath in, triangle. And then breathe out, put your hands down. Back foot, you get it ready. You all know these poses. You can put your hand on the inside or the outside of your foot. Start to steer your left hip back and rotate. Twists cleanse the internal organs. And they help waste move through the intestines. So healthy. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Soften your front knee. We're going to step back into down dog and try side plank on the other side. So this time your right hand and your right foot are underneath. Walk open to stack. Good. Hook your big toe. Extend your top leg. Yes, you've got it. Holding it steady. 4, 3, good. Keep breathing. And 1, good. Release. And press back to down dog. Yes. So you're going to bring the left knee forward now for pigeon pose. So you'll bring your left knee behind your left wrist, and you'll bring your toes up behind your right wrist. If you want to modify this, you can bend your back knee. And as we move through this series, you'll just have your fingertips on the floor. And you'll skip the other cues here. Good. But if you want to, bring your leg back behind you. Long and strong behind you. This is going to be an active variation of pigeon. So come up into your fingertips. Flex your front foot and push firmly down through your shin. If you want to, hold your foot with your right hand and extend your left arm. Good. If you're feeling good there, tuck your back toes and lift your knee. And if that's feeling good, lift your right arm and just really press down. And we'll go 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Knee down. Toes untuck. And let's all walk it forward and relax. And let your hip unwind. Good. You want to stay here long enough to feel it letting go. Good. All right, we're going to walk the hands up and just bring the right leg around to the front. Bring your left leg to the back, setting up for the same shape. Now, you also could, if you wanted to, keep the knee bent and not do the rest of these cues. So if you want to, you're going to lift, bring that knee underneath you. Good. Fingertips on the floor. And then you can just keep trying. If you think it's fun, keep trying. Left hand to the foot, right arm to the sky. And this is a little more of a back bend. If that feels good to you, if it's fun, if you're having fun, then lift your back knee. Push through your shins. You might want to lift off this top arm, and you're really squeezing. Your hips are floating. Your shin presses down. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release, release. Walk forward and relax. Just letting go of all the tension in your body. Now, if you come into a pose like this and you immediately want to leave the pose, then you're doing too much. You need to be in a place where you're challenged, but you can stay. Breathe out. Let's walk the hands up. So you're going to keep this right leg folded just like it is. And you're going to step the left foot around to the front. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so you've got a good view. So the left leg is right here in front. Opposite hand holds the outside of the left foot. So I'm reaching with my right hand for the outside of my left foot. And I'm going to lean back a little and sit up tall and straighten this leg as much as I can. Keeping it bent is fine. Good. Now pull your foot across the right shoulder and then walk your left fingertips back behind you. You want to keep this left sit bone pressing. And if you feel okay here, you can reach your arm back. Sitting up so tall. Easy does it, coming out of this twist. Good, look forward. Let's place the foot. So you're just going to switch sides. Tuck your left foot under. With your left hand, reach for the outside of your right foot. Good. Stretch it up. Lean back a little and rotate. You can use your hand back here as a support for the spine if you feel like you're rounding your back. Push to lift. Good. I'll do that with you this time. You can also reach out. You can look down or you can turn your head. And then you can feel when you're pressing into that sit bone, you can feel that. And anytime you want to deepen the pose, you just pull the foot across to come in line with your left shoulder. Good. Now put your foot back on the floor. And we're going to practice a wide-legged forward fold. So your legs are going to come as wide apart as you want them to come. If you're having trouble sitting up straight here, you can just put your fingertips behind you and help you lift. I'm going to be showing you a variation where you reach out and hold your toes. If your chest or your forehead doesn't touch the floor, then don't hold your toes. Just keep your hands underneath you for support. So let's say you come about this far, and that feels like as much as you want to do. then you won't go any further. You won't reach for your toes. So if you're folding from the hips, you'll come up and over. Good. Stretching out through your heels. Chin, chest, forehead to the floor. And then reach out and hook your big toes with your pointer and middle fingers. Good. And pull back on your toes. And your legs are really active here. Spine is long. It should be challenging, but it should not be something you're dying to come out of. So if you've gone too far, you just back out a little bit by lifting your chest some. Good. Okay, let go of your toes. Bring your hands under your chest and gently push yourself up. Good. So we're going to bring this back leg back to the front of the mat and lie down. Just make sure your back is flat on the floor, feeling good there. And then you're going to cross your right leg over your left leg. Lift your hips so the right leg is on top. Lift your hips, scoot your hips a little bit to the right. And then let your knees fall gently to the left. So you can keep your hands on your waist. You can stretch them out. You can reach them up if you want overhead. Relax into this hip / twist. And breathe out. Keep your waist tight and small. And bring your knees back up. Uncross your legs and scoot your hips back in line. And now you're going to take your left leg over. Lift your hips, scoot them to the left, and the knees come to the right this time. Oh, this feels so good. I like to close my eyes in most of the poses where I'm lying on my back. You can do that too, or you could keep your eyes open. And breathe out. Keep your waist strong. Bring your feet back to the floor. Uncross your legs. You're going to scoot your hips in line. Good. And stretch your legs out. Arms come down by your sides. Scoot back forward. And it's time for our resting pose, Shavasana. See if you can feel the vibrancy in your hips, in your waist. And make sure you're settling. Your breath will be a little softer, more subtle. And keeping your arms and legs relaxed and your face relaxed. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Try to fill your hips and low belly with your breath. Keep filling, filling, filling until you feel your rib cage and chest full. And then hold your breath and relax around the fullness. You'll just hold your breath as long as you want to here, breathing out whenever you feel ready to breathe again. Start one more long, deep breath in, filling your hips, your low belly, the base of the rib cage, your side body, your chest. And at the top of the fullness, hold your breath. And breathe out when you're ready. Walk your feet in towards your hips. And roll to your side. Push your hand into the mat to sit up. Cross legs. So I hope you enjoyed the twisting, hip opening class we did today. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.